Welcome back, everybody. Today we're going deep, deep into the Rig Veda,
Oh, yeah.
one of the oldest sacred texts in the world.
Yeah.
It's more than just hymns and prayers, though. We're talking about a glimpse
Right.
into the very foundations of Indo-Aryan civilization.
Mm-hmm.
Thousands of years ago, think cosmic order, ancient rituals,
Oh, yeah, for sure.
and maybe even some divine poetry. We're going to uncover recurring themes,
Mm-hmm.
decode the significance of major characters,
Yeah.
and hopefully unearth some seriously fascinating nuggets of knowledge.
Well, what's really intriguing about the Rig Veda is its concept of Varda.
Okay?
This underlying principle of cosmic order that governs everything.
Mm-hmm.
You can kind of think of it as the blueprint for the universe.
Okay.
And the really cool part is it emphasizes human responsibility
Okay.
in maintaining this balance, not just passively accepting fate.
Okay, so this idea of Verta is like a universal set of rules.
Right.
And humans are actively involved in keeping things running smoothly.
Exactly.
Interesting.
The Rig Veda isn't just about humans fleeting with the gods.
Right.
It's about humans playing a crucial role in the cosmic drama.
I see.
And this plays out in all sorts of ways, from the hymns they sang to the sacrifices they performed.
Now, speaking of the gods, I have to admit the sheer number of them
Yeah.
can feel a bit overwhelming at first.
It's true, the Rig Veda has a whole pantheon of deities,
Right.
each representing different forces and aspects of the world.
Sure.
But instead of going through a laundry list, let's start with one
Okay.
who really embodies this idea of Radha Indra.
Indra.
He's not just a powerful warrior king, he's the upholder of cosmic order.
Right. Indra is the one who's constantly battling against
Exactly.
chaos and darkness.
Yep.
He's like the ultimate cosmic superhero.
You got it.
Yeah.
And think about why he's so important. He's the god of thunder, lightning storms,
Right.
and most importantly, rain.
Oh, yeah.
In an agricultural society,
Sure.
rain is life.
It is.
Indra's power directly impacts their survival and prosperity.
Yeah.
So his battles aren't just epic showdowns.
Right.
They're crucial for maintaining the balance of the world.
And it's not just about brute force either, right?
No.
There's also this emphasis on ritual and sacrifice
Absolutely.
to appease the gods and keep everything in harmony.
This is where Agni comes in,
Take me.
the god of fire.
Okay.
You see him invoked in almost every hymn.
Wow.
Because fire was essential to their existence. It provided warmth, light.
Yeah.
It was used for cooking protection. It was literally at the center of their lives.
And Agni isn't just a source of warmth and light.
Right.
He also acts as a messenger between the human and divine realms, right?
Exactly.
He carries the offerings from the sacrificial fires up to the heavens.
And that right there highlights the active role
Mm-hmm.
humans play in maintaining Harja.
Yeah.
They're not just passively worshiping.
Right.
They're actively communicating
Okay.
and participating in the cosmic order through Agni.
I'm starting to see how everything is connected. It's like a giant,
Sure.
intricate web of relationships and responsibilities.
Right.
Now, there's another god who I found really intriguing.
Okay.
Soma, it's both a god and an intoxicating drink.
Yeah.
And the hymns describe it
Right.
in these really vivid, almost psychedelic terms.
Soma is fascinating. It's often linked to Indra's power.
Right.
And is praised for its ability to bestow strength,
Okay.
even a taste of immortality.
Wow.
The preparation of Soma was a highly ritualized process.
Interesting.
And some scholars believe it might have been made from a specific plant,
Okay.
although the exact identity is still debated.
It sounds like Soma was more than just a drink.
It was.
It was a way to connect with the divine, almost like a sacrament.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And this idea of bridging the gap between the human and divine
Right.
is crucial in the Rig Veda. You see it in Agni's role as a messenger,
Yeah.
in the power of hymns and prayers to influence the gods,
Mm-hmm.
and in the very concept of a rig itself.
So it's not just about appeasing the gods.
Right.
It's about participating in this larger cosmic order and recognizing our place within it.
Exactly. And speaking of cosmic order, there's another important pair of gods
Okay.
who embody this idea, Mitra and Varuna.
Mitra and Varuna.
They represent truth and justice,
Okay.
upholding both moral and natural law.
So if Indra is the warrior king keeping chaos at bay,
Yeah,
Mitra and Varuna are the wise judges ensuring everyone follows the rules.
that's a great way to put it.
Okay.
They're the guardians of cosmic balance.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll often see them invoked together,
Okay.
emphasizing the interconnectedness of truth, justice,
Yeah.
and that all-important rear.
Gotcha.
But we should probably move on to some of the other
Yeah, sure.
key players in this cosmic drama. What really stood out to you?
Okay, let me think.
Yeah.
Well, there are the Aspens,
Yeah, Asper.
the twin horsemen gods known for their healing powers.
Right.
I was struck by how Benevolent and compassionate they seem,
Yeah.
always ready to rescue those in distress.
The Asvins are fascinating. They're like the divine paramedics,
Okay.
swooping in to save people from shipwrecks,
Wow.
attacks by wild animals, even illness and injury.
Oh, wow.
Their stories really highlight the importance of divine grace and compassion
Okay.
within this larger framework of cosmic order.
Yeah.
But the Rig Veda isn't all sunshine and rainbows.
Right.
You also have gods like Rudra,
Okay.
who embodies the more untamed, unpredictable forces of nature.
Yeah, Rudra seems like a bit of a wild card.
A little bit, yeah.
He's associated with storms healing
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes even destruction.
Right.
I can see why he would inspire both awe and fear.
Rudra represents the raw power of the universe.
Okay.
The aspects of life that are beyond human control.
Yeah.
He's a reminder that even with all the emphasis on order and balance,
Yeah.
there are forces out there
Sure.
that can disrupt everything in an instant.
Wow.
And then there's Ushas, the goddess of dawn.
It was just
She might seem less intimidating than someone like Indra or Rudra,
right.
but her role is equally important.
Yes, I was captivated by the poetic imagery.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Used to describe Usha's,
Uh-huh.
the way she banishes the darkness with her rosy fingers,
Yeah,
bringing light and a sense of renewal.
right.
It's almost like she's a symbol of hope and new beginning.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Ushas represents the cyclical nature of life,
Okay.
the constant interplay of light and darkness,
Right.
creation and destruction.
I see.
Her arrival each morning is a reminder
Yeah.
that even after the darkest night, a new day will always dawn.
It will.
And that brings us to another crucial aspect of the Rig Veda,
Okay.
the power of hymns and praise.
The hymns are more than just beautiful poetry.
They are.
They're believed to have a real power
Yes.
to influence the gods and shape events.
Yes, the act of composing and reciting hymns
Wow.
was considered a sacred act,
Okay.
imbued with a kind of magical power.
Yeah.
Through their words, the poets and priests could invoke the gods, petition them for favors,
Yeah.
and even influence the course of events.
It's fascinating how language itself
It
is
is.
seen as a force that can shape reality.
It speaks to the importance they placed
Right?
on words, ritual.
Right.
Language wasn't just a means of communication.
Sure.
It was a way to connect with the divine,
Okay.
to tap into the very fabric of the cosmos.
It makes you realize how deeply they thought
It does.
about the power of words
Yeah.
and the role of humans in interacting with the divine,
Right.
but alongside these grand cosmic themes.
Mm-hmm.
The Rig Veda also offers glimpses into the more human side of their lives,
Absolutely.
their desires for wealth, children, victory, and battle.
You see people praying for abundant harvests,
Okay.
healthy cattle, strong sons, and protection from their enemies.
So they were just like us in a lot of ways.
They were farmers, warriors, parents.
Mm-hmm.
And their prayers reflect the very real concerns
Sure.
and aspirations of their daily lives.
Yeah.
It's a reminder that even in their search for cosmic order
Right.
and connection with the divine,
Yeah.
they were still very much grounded in the realities of
Right.
their existence. And it's that balance between the cosmic and the human
Right.
that makes the Rig Veda so fascinating.
It definitely gives us a much richer picture
It does.
of their world and their worldview.
Yeah.
But let's get into some of those fascinating details
Okay.
that really bring the Rig Veda to life.
All right.
Those vivid images and stories that help us connect
Right.
with this ancient world on a more visceral level.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I love how the Rig Veda isn't afraid to paint these grand,
Yeah.
almost cinematic pictures.
It is. Yeah.
Like that scene where Indra battles the demon Vritra,
Right.
who's hoarding all the waters. It's a
Yeah.
crash of titans with thunderbolts flying and fortresses crumbling.
Oh, yeah. It's not just a cool action sequence, though.
Yeah.
It's a powerful metaphor for the struggle
Okay.
between order and chaos.
Mhm.
Indra, as the enholder of Vorda, has to defeat the forces
Right.
that threaten to disrupt the balance of the world.
Yeah.
And in this case, it's a drought brought on by Vritra's greed.
I guess even ancient civilizations had to deal with water rights issues.
Exactly. But what's fascinating is how they framed it
Right.
within this larger cosmic narrative.
I see.
Indra's victory doesn't just bring rain,
Right.
it restores cosmic order
Okay.
and ensures the well-being of all creation.
So it's about more than just meeting their immediateness.
It is.
It's about maintaining the very fabric of existence.
Right, and this idea of interconnectedness is also reflected
Sure.
in the descriptions of the Soma drink.
Yeah.
It's not just an intoxicating beverage, it's described as flowing like a river,
Oh, wow.
connecting the earthly and divine realms.
Really?
Some scholars even suggest that the preparation and consumption of Soma was a way to experience a kind of mystical union with the cosmos.
It makes you wonder what it must have been like to experience those rituals firsthand.
I know.
To feel that connection to something larger than yourself.
That sense of awe and wonder is definitely present throughout the Rig Veda.
Right.
And it's not just limited to the grand cosmic events. Even the descriptions of the gods' chariots,
Yeah, the chariots
are incredibly detailed and evocative.
The Asvin's chariot in particular
is
is described as being incredibly swift,
fast,
and adorned with all sorts of amazing details, almost like a celestial hot rod.
It's a testament to their skill and ingenuity.
Yeah.
But it also speaks to their role as divine helpers.
Right.
Always ready to race to the aid of those in need.
Like divine paramedics.
Exactly. And then there's Ushas,
Ushas.
the goddess of dawn, whose chariot is described as being bathed in golden light,
Wow.
dispelling the darkness with each sunrise.
Beautiful.
It's such a beautiful and hopeful image.
It is.
But the Rig Veda doesn't shy away from the darker aspects of life either.
Right, of course.
Those hymns addressed to Rudra, for instance,
Yeah, Rudra.
are filled with a sense of awe and trepidation.
There's a real sense of vulnerability in those prayers.
Yeah.
As if the people are walking on eggshells, afraid of incurring Rudra's wrath.
It reminds us that the Rig Veda isn't just about gods and goddesses. It's about the human experience of trying to make sense of a world that can be both beautiful and terrifying.
Yeah, for sure.
They recognize that life is full of unpredictable forces, both benevolent and destructive.
Yeah.
And they sought to understand and appease those forces through their hymns and rituals.
It's a reminder that even though their world was vastly different from ours,
It was.
they grappled with many of the same fundamental questions.
They did.
Questions about life, death, purpose, and our place in the grand scheme of things.
And that's what makes the Rig Veda so enduring.
Yeah.
It's not just a collection of ancient myths and rituals.
Right.
It's a reflection of the human search for meaning and connection.
Speaking of meaning and connection, one thing that struck me was the emphasis on family and lineage.
Oh, yeah.
There are so many prayers for healthy children, especially sons, who were seen as essential for carrying on the family name
Right.
and performing the necessary rituals.
The continuation of the family line was incredibly important.
Okay.
It wasn't just about personal fulfillment.
Right.
It was about ensuring the continuity of tradition and maintaining the social order.
Pricey.
Sons were responsible for carrying out the ancestral rites
Okay.
and ensuring the well-being of their ancestors in the afterlife.
So it was a huge responsibility both to the living and the dead.
Absolutely. And this emphasis on family ties into the broader concept of dharma, which encompasses duty righteousness
Dharma.
and living in accordance with cosmic order.
Interesting.
It's about recognizing your place within the web of relationship
Right.
and fulfilling your responsibilities to family, society,
Okay.
and the cosmos as a whole.
It's a very different way of looking at the world than what we're used to
It is.
in modern society. But it's fascinating to see how these ideas shape their lives
Yeah,
and their understanding of the universe.
for sure. It makes you wonder what we can learn from these ancient ways of thinking.
Yeah, it really does. One of the most powerful takeaways, I think,
Yeah.
is the recognition of our interconnectedness.
Oh, absolutely.
The Rig Veda reminds us that we're not isolated individuals,
Right.
but part of a larger web of life that includes not just humans, but also the god's nature
Yeah.
and the cosmos as a whole.
It's a perspective that's becoming increasingly relevant in
Yeah.
our modern world as we face global challenges
Right.
like climate change and social injustice.
Absolutely. The Rig Veda, despite its ancient origins,
Yeah,
offers a timeless message
it does.
about the importance of living in harmony
Right.
with each other and with the world around us.
Absolutely. Well, I have to say, this
Yeah.
deep dive has really opened my eyes
Me too.
to the richness and complexity
Yeah.
of the Rig Veda.
It's so much more than just a collection of hymns.
It is.
It's a window into a whole worldview, a way of life,
Right.
and a profound understanding of the human condition.
And we've only scratched the surface.
Nah.
There's so much more to explore in terms of the individual hymns,
Yeah.
the different interpretations, and the ways in which these ancient ideas
Right.
continue to resonate in our modern world.
It's a reminder that even though the Rig Veda was composed thousands of years ago,
Yeah,
it still has the power to speak to us today,
it does.
offering insights, challenges, and perhaps even a glimpse of a different way of being in the world.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it really makes you think, we often talk about progress and innovation, But the Rig Veda reminds us that some human concerns are timeless.
They are.
We may not offer Soma or sacrifice animal anymore, but we still grapple with those big questions about our place in the universe.
What I find fascinating is that despite the vast differences in our cultures and technologies, those fundamental human longings haven't really changed.
Like haven't.
We still look to the sky, to nature, to something larger than ourselves, searching for answers, for meaning, for a sense of connection.
It's almost humbling, isn't it?
It is.
To realize that we're part of this long lineage of humans who have looked up at the stars and ask those same questions.
The Rig Veda reminds us that the search for meaning is a universal human experience. And it's through stories, rituals, and yes, even hymns that we've tried to bridge that gap between the earthly and the divine to understand our place in the grand scheme of things.
And while the specifics of those beliefs and practices may have evolved over time, that fundamental impulse to connect with something bigger than ourselves, to find our place in the cosmos, that remains a powerful force.
It does.
In human experience.
It's woven into the fabric of our being. And the Rig Veda, in its own way, provides a roadmap for that journey. It encourages us to keep asking questions, to keep seeking, to keep exploring. And that journey of discovery, in a sense, is its own kind of sacred act.
That's a beautiful way to put it.
Thank you.
I feel like we've only just scratched the surface of the Rig Veda today.
We have.
But hopefully you've gained a deeper appreciation for its richness, its complexity, and its enduring relevance.
We've explored its major players, its key themes, and some of those fascinating details that make it come alive. But there's always more to discover.
Of course.
I encourage you to delve deeper into the individual hymns, explore different interpretations, and see how these ancient ideas continue to resonate in our modern world.
It's a reminder that the past is never truly past.
No, it's not.
It informs who we are, shapes how we see the world, and offers valuable insights into the timeless questions that continue to challenge and inspire us.
They do.
So until our next deep dive, keep exploring, keep questioning.
Yes.
And as always, thanks for listening.